Whose whole idea was this for the podcast? Nah.
Okay, between us, it was me. I don't know about you guys.
Between me and him, it was me.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
that's what he
basically-
said.
So basically, both of you guys' idea, and then I did tell you guys about both of you guys' ideas. Then I said, you know what, we should just bring it together
How was your
and do it
idea?
together.
What was your idea?
My idea about the podcast.
Mm.
Me, it was just about spiritual talks about life and stuff. You know about
It's
game?
the same thing. Excuse me?
You know about game?
Who?
Game.
Game.
You know what game is?
Game.
Game, yeah.
There's so many. What do you mean?
Game refers to like also basically refers to yourself.
Essentially,
Yeah,
What do you mean?
game.
he means like game in the sense of not playing video games. It's like I've told you once.
Yeah.
like,
There's game like the game that people say, oh, do you have
yeah,
game?
exactly.
But then,
And we're not talking about game of being smooth, talking to girls.
okay, then which type of game? That's what I'm
We're
saying.
basically not talking about Minecraft. Right?
Yeah.
No,
We're not talking about
that's what I'm
GTA,
saying.
shit
Like, be more specific because when you say game, like, what type of game? What are you talking about?
You're like
Not that I don't
spending-
know what game is. I know what game is in different aspects. Like, what are you actually talking
Game
about?
is essentially about yourself. You can have any definition of it
Okay.
based on how you see it. Because everyone has different perspectives on it. Just
Okay.
depends. It's all about you.
Mm.
Jay.
Precisely.
This whole podcast is basically gonna be like referring to spiritual talks. We're gonna be basically talking about anything that we want to talk about, which is
Anything we find informative to other people. Some people might not know it. Some people might, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, about giving a proper message and having fun in general.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main point. But either way, let's get to the topic.
Let's get to the introduction, guys.
Oh, yeah,
By the ways, yeah.
We can't just talk about
Woo. By the way, okay, so basically this whole thing is being called what again?
The channel's name is
Odd Vision, right?
Yeah,
Did you agree to it?
took it right out of my
I
mouth.
actually liked it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but how did you come up with it?
It
Yeah.
because odd vision, like sometimes I call myself odd, right? Odd specifically means like for me, odd means like different. So a different vision, but I just put odd because saying different vision is kind of like I was like odd vision because I feel like I think very like different to other people, other females, like in general. So yeah, I
Yeah.
was like odd vision. That's nice.
I was
Yeah.
surprised she actually came up with that name.
You think I'm dumb?
Wait,
Super. I was like, wow. That's amazing.
Whoa! Like you would be surprised how creative I am. Anyways, introductions.
Yeah.
Yes, let's start with this side.
last time I said my name is Rayjay. We filmed another video, right? It's basically like a blooper. I said Rayjay, and she was upset about it. My name's Rayjay.
Guys. No, you guys not like that now. Because it's so bland.
So blunt.
Anyways,
Blend.
I mean, I consider the name Rayjay everything, bro. So basically, when it comes to me saying my name, I just expect you to know it all. Like, cause yeah, I like it. I like my actions to do more of the talking.
that's high expectations. Wow.
That's a good
Pretty
thing.
much.
Okay, but either way, start with the introduction.
Okay. Like we said, this whole thing is odd vision. We're just like spreading our perspective about like different things, anything, you know what I mean? So yeah, we're just here to share our ideas and all of that. So yeah, my name is Natasha. I'm the female. What? I'm doing the truth. Bro, like why are you hating?
No,
Just-
but
just
listen.
Introduce yourself.
What's wrong with being one of the boys?
What are you trying to say?
Crazy question.
What's wrong with that?
Ah, no, don't do this.
Not feel, but don't convince her, but I like females, but that's the point.
It's I feel like it's important that I'm here so that you guys cannot be biased. So I can put you guys at the
Never.
right level.
I'll never be biased.
You never know.
I'll never be biased when it comes to any situation.
Yeah.
But
People are
either
still
way-
waiting for your name.
Yeah, either way, my name is Marcos. Marcos the second. That's what I like to call myself, and that's what I want others to call me. And yeah, we're gonna be doing this podcast, giving a message to you guys so you guys can understand our minds and our viewpoints on things.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be fun as well. Okay, back to the video topic now. Our topic of today is like the importance of knowing yourself. We're gonna dive into that and see like why people should get to know themselves and why you should, take it seriously. Because most of the time when somebody says they know themselves in the sense of like they're trying to get to know themselves, like let me give an analogy of a relationship. Somebody wants to get into a relationship, but then the other person says, no, I can't be in a relationship yet. I'm still working on myself. Now, how do you work on yourself when you do not know yourself?
Yeah. And I feel like other people can suffer due to somebody not really knowing themselves and what they want. A lot of people suffer, So I feel like it's a very important thing to know yourself.
Precisely.
When it comes to working on yourself, right? You have to find out what you're working on exactly. Because anyone can say I'm working on myself and I'm focusing on myself. So you have to really look within yourself, especially on like what is lacking in your life. Because most of the time, like you can be a negative person and you really don't know that. But people know it, but they don't share it.
Yeah.
So people around you aren't really that blunt, so you have to be blunt with yourself.
But I feel like it's very difficult to see flaws within yourself because you're not looking at yourself from like the second person's point of view. You're just like, this is me, this is my environment, So you won't really know. Like it's very difficult to look at yourself in that type of way. So it can be very difficult. So what do you guys think? Is the best way to achieving this whole like knowing yourself type of thing?
To achieve that side.
Yeah, to achieve it.
For me personally, I'm a Christian. I mean, we all are. Like,
Look, no, you look at his eyes. It's a fact that you first. No. Why didn't you look at? Why didn't you look at me first?
They don't know this.
Why didn't you look at me first? You looked at him like.
They don't know this.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
We are all Christians.
Yeah.
When it comes to like knowing myself, usually I would get it like from an outside source, like what motivates me to get to know myself. I mean, that's most people in general. Let's say they're in a relationship, heartbreak, now they want to work on themselves. Let's say they want to get something, now they want to work on themselves. It never comes from within. It never comes from, okay, I want to work on myself because I want to be the best version of myself. But to me, to achieve that, I can't achieve that on my own. I have to rely on God in order for me to be able to reach my full potential. That's what I can do, because if I try to do it myself, I know that I'm going to have like missteps. It might be to a point where my heart is deceiving me. Like I'm trying to lead myself somewhere, but I can't completely trust myself, even though I should trust myself. But now let's say I give the trust to God, then I learn how to trust myself through God. Then I become like, my confidence, I become unstoppable. I believe I can do anything, I achieve anything I want. And that's just how I am in general.
Okay. What about you? What do you think?
I like the fact that you mentioned that your heart can deceive you.
Yeah.
Very much.
Within yourself, man, there's gonna be a point where you come up with excuses, and then you believe it. You believe your own excuses.
Yeah.
For example, how am I even gonna say this? Like let's say when it comes to a job, you tell the interviewer that you're very hardworking, you're perseverant, you have grit and all of that, but you're just lying to the guy, and you're lying to yourself also. You get what I'm saying?
True.
So yeah, when it comes to
When it comes to
when it comes to your heart deceiving yourself, you have to. This is like where you mentioned that you have to have God in your life also, but you also have to have an interviewer, someone, not an interviewer, a mentor that can also help you out with these things. You know what I'm saying? So I would suggest if you're working on yourself, you have to seek help too, because sometimes you can lie to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some of the viewers are not even like Christians and all of that.
Yeah.
I would mention
So you
that
should always say it from other points of view. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How about you though?
So great to know myself, guys. I'm kidding. Oh wait, no, I'm not kidding actually. But like, the thing about like your heart deceiving you, like I feel like I've experienced that once, and it really hindered my whole like journey in trying to get to know myself. Because as for me now, like I identify myself as somebody who's very like closed off, and I'm like, I don't like people, you know. I think if you've noticed that I'm like, I don't like people, this place is too crowded and whatever. I don't really know if that's how I am, or that's just how I perceive myself for the longest. Now I can't let go of it. Because I feel like if you guys know my personality, I'm very talkative, I talk, I joke a lot, but then sometimes I'm like, I don't like people, I'm awkward, I barely talk sometimes when I meet new people. But I don't know if is it really who I am, or is it just like an image of myself that I'm carrying on to because it's comfortable, or because I've been repeating like I don't like people. I don't like now I don't really I still say I don't have friends because I don't make an effort to have friends because I don't like people, and I don't know if I don't like people, or it's just something, you know. I'm still trying to discover like if I do,
Yeah.
if I am like that, or it's just an image of myself that I've just like wow just made. No, because I don't know, so I'm my only child, I guess. I don't know. So what do you guys think about
I
that?
mean, that's interesting because, like you did say, that's like the image you have of yourself.
Yeah.
And that image, where it comes from, is essentially through your experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And through your experiences, that's how you get your filter. Your filter is basically how you see the world, like how you judge people, how you just are in general. Because when somebody sees the world, they look at things and then they're judging something not based off of what they think is, they're judging it based off their experience. Because if they experience like trauma as a kid, bad things, let's
Wow,
say,
what are you trying to say about me?
I mean not sure.
I'm like trauma. I'm like what? Anyways, go
But
on,
yeah,
go
if
on.
they experience that, they will like relate whatever they're seeing or new people or whatever the scenario might be
Yeah,
to what they already did experience.
yeah,
So to them, opening up and being like vulnerable and all that is much more difficult. And that's not only when it comes to like sad things, also for things that are good. Let's say you have a spoiled kid, like they grew up with only good things, only super rich. Now you put them in an environment where there's only like people that are in poverty.
yeah.
They're gonna be there looking like, look at these people, so disgusting. I don't want to be here. It's what? Because of the filter they have, because of the experience they have growing up. So what defines you at the end is, I would say, is your experience. So you know how to guide your experience. You'll also learn how to, get to know yourself.
Yeah.
That's super important. Wouldn't you agree?
What do you think?
I'm thinking a lot, bro. I like the fact
Let
that
your
you-
mind be
I
known.
like the fact when you start off with knowing yourself, you have to identify who you are right now. For example, like let's say you're a lazy person, you're lazy, you're closed off, like you said, you're negative or you're positive. You have to identify these things in order to become who you want to be. You get so yeah, you have to always start off with the first step of knowing yourself. Who are you? Why are you? How are you? You get
Exactly.
And it's crazy because you have to go deeper than that and actually try to find out why are you the way you are. You know?
That's super.
Yeah. So because there's certain things that you if you want to grow, there's certain things you always have to let go of. And in order to let go of those things, you have to be honest with yourself and like be like, okay, why am I like this? What triggers these type of actions or these type of feelings? And then from there is where you can get the solutions out of like, and then you can grow. Yeah.
Yeah, so gents that you're watching this, if your lady is telling you she doesn't want to be with you because she's working on herself, it's scared. She doesn't know herself. She doesn't want to be with you.
She just doesn't like you, bro.
Exactly, but she just doesn't like you.
I've never
Check,
made that
check.
excuse in my life.
Check.
Never.
It's easy to talk about these things, but how can you actually know yourself? How would you suggest to the people on ways to know yourself?
To get about it.
What?
To get about it, like to get about knowing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I already said like my part, like what I would do.
What would you
Like-
do? What did you do?
No, at the beginning when I said that I'm Christian, I would like do it through
Through
God.
God. Oh,
Yeah, I'll
okay.
do it through God.
Okay. Other than that,
But
now.
even other than that, if you're
Yeah.
not Christian, the best way to do that is like first you have to know who you are. It's like how you mentioned before. Like you have to identify, am I a lazy person? Am I a hardworking person? Like identify your temperature. Because everyone has a temperature in the way they behave, in the way they just are in general. Like as soon as you can identify that, then you can choose, okay, what do I want to change about this? What direction do I want to be heading in? If I'm a person that's too serious, wanna be more playful. If I'm a person that's too playful, wanna be more serious.
Yeah.
Then you have to, maneuver your way to where you wanna be.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, because people actually do get on it, like, okay, let's say I'm working on myself now. I'm trying to figure out who I am. You'll start, and then boom, you're back to your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You're gonna like use your comfort zone, a small sphere. You come here, you like see the light a bit, and then you get dragged back. Then you do it again, then you get dragged back again.
Yeah.
That's because your reasoning for wanting to change wasn't strong enough.
Yeah.
That's why you always get dragged back to your comfort zone.
And I feel like one other important thing is like removing other personalities and making yourself the main character in your story. Because sometimes I feel like people tend to reflect other people's personalities and they just say, oh yeah, that's who I am, that's how I've been. But sometimes you've been reflecting this whole time and you don't even know it. So try to remove other personalities and make yourself the main character and then focus on yourself and actually think to yourself like, do I really like how I am? Do I really like this and that? Or it can be like, am I really lazy? Or am I just, because I'm saying I'm lazy, I accept it and then I am lazy, Sometimes you're not really what you think you are. It's because of what you keep on saying and what you reflect from other people. So remove all of them. I'm not saying block people. I said remove them. Or just like quiet the noise. That's something I like to say. Quiet the noise. And then up your volume. And then yes, that's how you...
Essentially, I'm him. In your own story, this is what I said.
No, but you have to be through that.
You are her in your own story.
Yes. Yes.
But a way of actually developing this, like knowing yourself, I would say it starts off with a dialogue with yourself. You have to have a conversation, a deep ass conversation. Now, go in the room, lock your door, and just have a conversation with yourself about anything, and ask yourself, what am I passionate about? What do I like doing? What don't I like doing? You check. And you have to develop a mental, like a positive attitude towards everything in life. Because anything can be negative, whether like, for example, you don't have money, you don't have a car, and you always have to walk around and stuff like that. You can change all of that through your perspective. For example, you don't have a car and you walk. You can say that, shit, I'm getting more fitter by the day.
Yeah.
Check, like I'm always exercising.
Yeah.
I'll pace myself any day. You check. And always be in competition with yourself. Always. Don't make it about other people. That shit's ish.
And that's what I see many people like struggling with, like validation from others. Even though they don't want to admit it or not, they be like, no, I don't care what others think, but in reality they do. They care what others think in the sense of what they are doing. Oh, I don't want to be seen like this. Oh, people are gonna, my hair looks funny. Oh, this that I'm wearing is what. That's how people are in general, but then they'll be like, no, I don't really care what you think, but then
I feel like everybody cares to a certain degree.
Exactly. To a certain degree, they do care. Because if you didn't care, you'd be walking around on your undies. You'd be like doing anything, but you do care. But then what you care about shouldn't like come from others, it should be from you. I care what I look like. Exactly. It shouldn't be like from others. Like, get your validation from yourself. Like I'm wearing good, not to impress others, it's to impress myself. I'm getting a haircut, not to impress others, but to impress myself. So you go look yourself in the mirror and you're like, yeah, that's the guy.
Or the girl.
So, let's say you're going to an event.
Yeah.
For example, maybe it's like a business meeting. For example, and your style is probably like short shorts, blackies, and a cap.
Okay.
You said that you don't care about other people and you only care about how you view yourself.
Yeah.
But you still attend a business meeting looking like that.
That would be kind of, if I'm being honest, idiotic. That would be idiotic in the sense because you know it's a business meeting. There's like places have rules and laws. You can't just go anywhere and act how you want. That's almost like a same scenario like even going to church or something. You're just going there with your shorts and all that. You are going to the business meeting. They won't check you. They'll be like, who does this guy think he is? Even the security won't let you in. They'll be like, get this guy out of here.
I feel like it's not even about yourself. Like
They won't check you.
It's even about like how you view yourself. Why would you want yourself to go out looking like that? It's a lose for you. Don't even let's even scratch at the other people. It's a lose for you because who will take you seriously looking like that?
Exactly. No one will take you seriously.
So to some certain degree, you have to care.
Yeah, you do have to
Not
care.
about other people, but how you see yourself
in the scenario. This thing I also notice about like clothes, it does affect like everything you do in general. Like even when it comes to respect and all that. I don't know if I told you guys a story or not, where once I had like, a broken headphone. I had to go fix it and all that. I was wearing all casual, all normal. I went there, I was like, I wanna fix my headphones, and then I was there waiting. The lady said, oh, just wait there. Then I was waiting. Nobody's saying, and I was like, excuse me, the headphones. They said, okay, just go there. Like she wasn't checking me at all. And then said, okay, come back the next day, blah, blah, blah. I waited, they didn't call, I had to come back. But that day I was coming back from church, so I went there. Like super after church, I'm pulling up with, almost how I am right now, but with the blazer and everything. I'm pulling up like I own the place with the headphone in my hand. I'm like, yeah, I came to fix these headphones. And he's like, it was another lady. She's like, maybe it's because it's a different person. She's like, oh, okay, come here with me. And then I'm like, waiting for a second. And then boom, she says, oh, we're going to be attending to you right now. And then she said, okay, thank you. Because I was waiting for long, you guys didn't call me. And I want to get this fixed and nothing. And then she said, okay, I'm coming now with the manager. Then she pulls up with the manager. Then I'm talking to the manager. The manager's like, oh, what's happening? You want this fixed? And I said, yeah, I do want this fixed. And then the manager said, okay, we're going to call you. Then I said, you're going to call me. And then the manager said, yeah, you can get my personal number. If you're not calling, just call me, whatnot. Just by changing what I was wearing, I got the manager's number. But if I was wearing funny,
all of that goes deeper.
Hood, and whatnot.
All of that goes deeper than just the surface level.
It also what you are saying, that's play a part in it, not just what you're wearing.
How you say it.
Yeah, and how you say it. You can't just be wearing good, now you're going and you're like, eh? Excuse me.
Come on, oh my god.
You can't go do that.
It's also the way you carry yourself and how you speak, obviously.
Exactly.
If you go there like, yes, maybe. The thing kind of, yeah. But yes.
Yeah, it's important as well what you say.
But I feel like the way you look did play a role, definitely, to be honest. And you were saying it's deeper.
Yeah.
So what's
It's deeper than the surface level. It's deeper than just the external things that are around, like this external environment around us.
Yeah.
It goes within yourself. You were talking about you had to wear a business meet, like a suit and
So
stuff
they can
like
check
that.
you
So that
initially.
they can check you.
First impression.
Yeah, you just look important.
Yeah.
You look important, but you should be important to yourself. So you have to check yourself first.
But then that wouldn't matter even if you're pulling up like with bad clothes. They
I
wouldn't care.
mean, you could pull
Yeah,
up.
You care.
Some people.
Definitely, bro. People have perspectives on that. Like,
Yeah.
whenever you look at someone, you can already see how.
You already build a picture of them in your head.
You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with you wearing a suit and all that means that you respect yourself, you check yourself,
That's
and then you put an effort to actually look good for others. But you have to also look good for yourself.
exactly. That's not a downplay on any guys that like wearing funny things.
What do you mean? Do you know how much do you know how much it's a North Face bubble jacket? You're telling me what your suit? Oh my god. Oh my god. Somebody DM me this Instagram.
I had a picture in my head.
Yeah, just speak up because of the mic.
Excuse me?
No, I said you must just speak up because of the mic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's true though. You must just be you, wear what you like to wear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be confined about people's perspectives. On people's perspectives. Okay, the next point that we can be going to, but that will be like a whole different conversation. But no, it's still the same. I wanted to mention the comfort zone. And how do you get out of your comfort zone? Because wouldn't that still be related to knowing yourself? Because your comfort zone is essentially a part of yours.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you have to get out of your comfort zone to cut it? Okay.
Yeah. Because once you get out of your comfort zone, that's when you are knowing yourself. That's when you are discovering, okay, this is something I can do.
That's when you try answering those difficult questions you never asked yourself.
Exactly. Exactly.
But dang, that's a deep conversation.
As humans, man, we always strive to achieve more. We always want more as humans. So, if you're always just like that,
Yeah.
like who you are like this, then you're never gonna continue to strive on, right? You're never gonna change the chapter. You check. So when it comes to you getting out of your comfort zone, you
Yeah.
have to think about who you wanna become For example, let's say I'm just a lazy ass nigga and I'm just at home and all that, but I want to become a businessman. I want to own companies and all that. You have to change who you are just to move on, right?
Yeah.
So at first, you're not going to be good at like networking and all of that, because in business, you also have to network, you have to communicate with people and stuff like that. But you're not good at that. So you have to identify, be honest with yourself, and then move on. Because that's a comfort zone, not talking to people.
Yes.
Yeah, in your comfort zone. So
Why are you laughing?
I mean, it's true though. There is like comfort zone. Like comfort zone can be like a lot of things. In the sense of like when you wanna do something new, like learning music, talking to people in general, approaching people. Some people like they wouldn't approach someone because they're scared, because they're in the comfort zone. Some people wouldn't start something new because they're scared, they're in the comfort zone. Now that I thought about it, it's almost related to fear essentially. Fear is like what keeps you in your comfort zone. But then if you let go of that fear, you like trust yourself and you're okay, I'm good. Trust
Sometimes you
yourself
just
to
don't want to
certain
be
degree.
uncomfortable.
But then you have to become uncomfortable in order to like, because you will naturally not be comfortable with the person you're trying to become, because it's the unknown.
Because saying
It's
like
unknown.
it's fear and it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of hectic. Because like,
What
for
keeps you
example,
from changing?
for me,
Yeah.
I don't really like talking in a setting where I don't really know people. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'm more like quiet. And not because I fear speaking with them. No, I can talk. Like I can talk.
Yeah.
But I'm you. Like sorry, not you. I just don't want to talk to you. Like I just don't. Like I'd rather like just observe, you know, and then if I get comfortable enough to talk, I'll talk.
You heard that, James. He doesn't want to talk to you.
I'm joking. Please hear me. Anyways, don't hear me. I'm just, you know, it's an example.
no, but I like that, bro. I like the fact that if you're a quiet person, you don't need to talk just because
Yeah.
And people will
Why?
always judge you on that.
you
Why you so
because
quiet?
like
Yes,
Why you
and
so
they're
quiet?
and they're like, and they're like, oh my god, do you talk? I'm like, oh, you don't even know the beginning of it, you know? I'm like, if I start talking there, please don't do that. But anyways, like I really it's cool. Like, you know, I like being like Batman for a while. It's like mysterious, like, you know, let me see what these people are talking about. But not that, but saying
Just
fear.
observing.
Fear is a big word, like for you to say it's yeah, maybe sometimes it can be fear.
Not
But
on my side. I was just saying like for others.
yeah, it can be fear. For example, like if you wanna be,
Yeah.
well, like you said, like you are a lazy person, you wanna be a businessman or whatever. Like
Yeah.
actually, like taking the initiative to get up and try to like strive for this whatever type of business you wanna do. Like that's risks. Like when somebody takes a risk, they usually feel fear because like what if this thing doesn't work out? Like, you know, because it's a risk. So yes, it can be fear in some way, but sometimes it's just like, you know, people don't like being uncomfortable, you know. So yeah.
Okay. You can go from the question that you were asking.
what was the question?
The question it was, two people are in a are contemplating of going into a relationship, but the guy is very much not self-aware. He doesn't know what he really wants, you know, and the girl is the opposite. And I was asking basically like, do you think it's a good idea for her to just like accept him and then see like where it goes, and like maybe if you find himself within the relationship, or just stray away from the relationship like overall and just let the guy do his thing, get to know himself and see really what he's about and what he really wants. Yeah, that was the question.
You must answer him. I would say like even guys acting like that, he's just acting really, really virginal. A man should not be acting like that. Like a guy should know what he wants and should be able to make decisions. Even like not knowing your decisions, you should be able to express that. Tell the woman, listen, I do not know what I want right now. I'm trying to figure out my headspace and my decisions. Because an advice I would give like all women out there, don't talk to or try to associate yourself with men that are undecisive. Because that will just end in a bad way. That will end terribly. Even though he can be like good looking, it doesn't matter. Even though he's having money, if he's not good at deciding things.
But he buys me ice cream.
Even if he buys you ice cream, even if he buys you ice cream and does everything, If it's indecisive, do not associate yourself with it.
But really, you can really do what you want. Really buys your ice cream. Go ahead.
Okay. One thing that you can do now.
That's terrible. Would you give your daughter that advice?
Some people
That depends on
Would you give your daughter that advice?
that advice.
Yeah.
To do what you want.
To do what you want, to do exactly that.
But hold on, rephrase your question.
That's wasting
again.
your time.
Rephrase your question in the sense of the relationship. Is the woman looking for something serious? Or
Yes.
not? Okay, if it's something serious, then she should do that. What I said. If it's not something serious, exploit it. Get the free dinner.
What, bro? If somebody did that to you, you'd be like freaking crying right now. You were like,
so the person changes.
yeah.
Some people.
Yeah, and then they'll
Oh
change.
my gosh.
They have to go through it and then they'll change naturally.
So nice to speak with your chest when it doesn't happen to you.
But listen, I would say that
What?
she said that like your question was so basically as you're going to get to know the guy, you can check if the guy is undecisive, he doesn't know himself. If he's basically a loser, let me just say that, bro. Because that's what came to my mind. I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay.
He's basically a loser. Then leave that guy alone, bro.
What if he's not the one that's like, oh, nigga,
Because that guy will realize sooner or later, why are all of these guys going me like this, bro? You know what? Let me get to know myself. Check.
doesn't
That
end
guy,
like that for me.
check. That guy is gonna seek help. Let's say if you're not getting what you want, you obviously start seeking help, or you just give up.
Or just find another girl that wants you even though you're just a loser.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that as well.
Yeah.
That's
why some people are limited by that. They just find people that can settle. Simple.
That's sad though. Like, don't settle.
Or
Guys,
they
settle.
don't find it as like
Don't
as if it's like a sad thing. Because if I find a good looking girl and she's really kind of dumb, I mean, why not? Why not buy her ice cream once or twice and then I'm kidding. Guys, don't do that. Please.
Buy 3 ice creams. We are 3. So go buy 4.
Look at you. I'm the only child
I
here.
like vanilla and caramel. I don't know what you guys like. What do you guys like?
Man, I'm even hungry. Stop it.
I like me some chocolate. Caramel.
Oh my gosh, you didn't are serious. Trying to help people here, talking about food.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah. What about you though? What's your thought on that?
Me.
Yeah, on your own question.
What would you let the guy do? Or what would you do in that scenario?
I will roast you, bro. Like, I'm not about that type of life. Like, I'm so sorry, man. I would hit you with all the questions like, okay, so what do you want to do with me? Like, okay, so what are the plans that you have with me? If you don't have any, like, if you can't answer those questions, then why are you here? I'm sorry, my friend. Why? I'm not to be played with. I have so many things to do in my life, so many ambitions, and I don't have time for indecisive kids. So please play with the other kids in the playground, not me.
You heard that?
Honestly,
No.
I like that.
No.
Straight to the point, blunt, clear, concise.
Mm-hmm.
Like not beating around the bush.
And then maybe in that way he can try to get, like, you know that okay, there's some way I'm lacking. Then that's how you get to know. Like he will start trying to get to know himself. Not hurting him.
Will
Guys,
you
come
wait
on.
for him?
Come on, wait for him.
Will you wait for him?
If he's worth it, and I feel like he has the heart, I would wait. Because where am I going?
I mean, Marcos can pull up and just snatch you away.
I'm not like that. I'm a lover, bro.
Oh, she's loyal.
I'm a lover, bro. Like, especially if you're funny. Like, we just vibing. But yes, that's just me. Other people would try to save the kid, raise him from the dead, resurrect him, wash his face. But as for me, no, it's not for me.
That's good. I like the perspective and the way of thinking.
The fact that you guys didn't even mention, let me help this guy. Says a lot.
What do you mean?
Why wouldn't you, like, let's say you're in that situation, like,
Yes.
for example, a girl doesn't know herself. Would you help her?
Yeah, I would definitely.
Or would you just leave her?
No, I was giving my perspective if it was the other way around. But if it was a girl in the same situation,
The
she
problem,
doesn't know.
you know,
I
the
would
problem
help her.
about guys with that whole helping thing,
I would
that
not
that
even
thing,
help.
that thing. After you reject them, they don't want to talk to you.
I wouldn't even help her. Like,
They're like, okay,
listen,
we can still be friends. No friends for what? I'm like, oh.
it comes to the point where it's like this.
I'm like, bro.
Like, it comes to the point where it's like this. I wouldn't help her in the sense of like being a therapist. No, that's not what I mean. It depends because we are talking about wanting to be in a relationship. I'll help her in like building her into the woman I want her to be. I'll help her fight her insecurities. I'll help her like discover herself.
That's investing so
Because
much.
once I
Jesus.
do help her discover herself, but it also has to be like you are leading with your intentions. Because guys usually when they talk to a woman, they are beating around the bush like saying. They are not being intentional with what they are doing. And then when it reaches to a point later on, they want to do something romantic or whatnot. And then the woman is like, whoa, I thought we are just friends. Well, in her head, she already knew that that's not what you think. But then if you are being intentional with whatever you are doing, you're telling her straight up, listen, I want you. And I want us to go in this direction.
Yeah.
She's going to know. She's actually going to even respect that. And then none of you are going to waste your time. You won't waste your time because you already mentioned your intentions from the start, from the get-go. And if the woman likes it, if she's into you, she's going to actually, I mean, I don't know if you like it or not. You would appreciate. You wouldn't like someone telling you his intentions from the get-go.
No.
You want him to be like lying and beating
No,
around the
you
bush.
show it, don't tell me.
Mm.
If you tell me, I'm running. I
If
don't
somebody tells you you're running, but that's actually a good point. It's better if you
just show it. Just
If you
show it.
intention.
I will know. I'm not
It's
dumb.
much
Like
better.
I will know.
But
And then
also,
I'll act accordingly. Like I want you.
yeah.
No, like no, ew. What are you saying?
Not like that. It's not like a creepy weirdo like I want you. Like no, not like that.
How would you do it?
You have to express yourself genuinely and
Like what?
authentically.
Like what?
You have to look the person in the eye. Because
See,
you have
even
to
that,
say,
like, oh my god.
What's wrong with eye contact?
No. No. Like I said,
Let
just
me
show
finish my demonstration.
it.
I said
Okay,
just show it.
demonstrate.
It's like you have to look me in the eye.
Oh no, I'm not doing that.
I mean, we're all looking at each other.
Let's just
Exactly.
look at the camera in the eye. Please, we're telling the camera.
What?
Let's not do that. There's no.
Okay. Back to my point. Before you asked me to demonstrate, I would say just be authentic, be genuine. It's not like I want you. Of course, anyone can say I want you, but like it's a beautiful woman. It's like many men want that woman. She heard it 1,000,000 times. I have brought up this analogy so many times to the fact that you take a paper, you squish it, you throw it at the wall. That's your words. No impact. It's doing nothing to the wall. But now, if you're having like action and you're doing something to show that you want her, you're not throwing a paper anymore. It's like a whole baking ball on this wall. You're making a huge impact on the person.
Okay.
Exactly, like just blow her mind.
Like,
Another type of chick, I don't like those things.
You like someone that
Like
shows
these
you,
things-
right?
Yeah, just
Exactly.
show me, bro, my vibe.
Yeah.
Like, don't look at my eyes with the what?
But that is showing you,
No,
though.
like
That is showing you.
I swear, if you can't hold eye contact, you're either lying.
No.
Exactly.
Hiding
Like,
something.
I'm just
Exactly.
uncomfortable. I'm just simply uncomfortable. Like, what are you looking at me like that for?
naturally, you get
You want me to
comfortable
faint?
with each other.
You want me to faint? Anyway, no. Like, don't listen to me. I'm just like, I'm me. I'm very different to other
She's
people.
a unique one, guys.
Yes, I don't like that.
Yeah.
So please. Yes.
But either way, it is important for you guys listening in a conversation to just hold eye contact. And I'm not talking about looking or staring like intensely like a weirdo or cripple, like looking and gazing at the person in the sense that you are listening and you are paying attention and you're engaged in the conversation. That's what I'm talking about.
Apparently true.
We're going a bit wild.
Yeah, that's true. We are diverging away from the main topic. What was the
Knowing
main
yourself,
question?
we're talking about, yes, knowing yourself.
Yeah.
That we're talking about in the relationship, yes. So,
The aspect of the relationship.
how much it would damage a relationship.
But then, what about you? You didn't give your thought on that. Like, if it's the woman, what would you do? Would you help her? Would you leave her?
Yeah.
Rayjay?
Sometimes I don't like wasting my time, bro.
Yeah.
So when it comes to, let's say if I'm in that situation, right? Shit.
But if you found her worthy
I mean,
enough to try to like engage in something like that,
Mm.
you won't really be wasting your time for yes?
It depends on how
You
it
just
ends.
hate on people that
I
are just
would help her out, man. If I want her, then I would help her out. But if she's not listening, that's when I know that I'm wasting my time. That's when I.
Deep. That's when you go get the milk.
oh my gosh. Your dad jokes. Guys, when you listen to my jokes, his jokes are very, very
It's so bad that it's
3 out
good.
of 10. 3 out of 10. Anyways, okay.
The way I'm smiling right now. Because of all the topics that we can talk about.
Yeah.
Ha, guys.
It's all coming to your head right
No,
now.
people don't want the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
video to
it's
be
like,
so long for
yo,
no reason.
I don't want to go wide, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I always go wide.
But there's not the sort of problem going wide as long as there's substance to it. As long as you're actually saying something.
Yeah.
Then it's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, we can leave it for the first week of like, we spoke on the importance of knowing yourself and a little bit on the comfort zone. We can tackle that even again some other day because that go deeper.
I have a question.
Or you want to continue?
How can knowing yourself, how do you benefit from that?
How do you benefit from knowing yourself? Multiple ways. When it comes to conversations, when it comes to having relationships, and when it comes to being confident in everything you do, and when it comes to having opportunities as well. Because if you don't know yourself, many opportunities will just fly over your head because you're not like actually viewing the world in you. You're like, so your insecurities are leading you essentially.
Yeah, they're putting you in a box basically.
Which is the comfort zone.
Yeah. To order to get out of that box, you have to actually, Mm-hmm.
Put in the work.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree, Rayjay?
Yeah.
So only Rayjay's opinion is like.
I mean, you agreed with me. That's why I said, wouldn't you agree? Exactly, you agreed with me. That's why I asked you.
I mean, you were nodding your head.
You said yeah. That's why I asked you. What you think, Natasha? What you think?
I think you're right. Guys, let's stop it here. So probably 30-something minutes right now.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
That should be the logo, not Kamala slogan.
What?
Odd vision. It's beautiful. Simple.
I love it.
That's
Wait, no, why guys doing this? Why guys doing this?
You know what, Marcus, I think we should sit next to them.
What you
So you're
mean?
blocking us, we're like, what's up with that?
Isn't that good?
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Do it.
Like the game, like in general. What do you mean?
Anyways, I'm beautiful. Yeah. We're gonna end it here, guys. Like this is now becoming a long video. We are going too broad, but yes, there's always time for that. For another video, I guess. Yeah. So the conclusion.
In the conclusion, I mean, it's beautiful.
It's good.
Beautiful. Yes.